Welcome everybody to another motocross action video. Today we are testing Dane Pappas's GasGas MC85. This is the bike that he won Loretta's on. We did this a few weeks ago with Aiden Zing on his KTM Super Mini. Now we're doing it with Dane, and this 85 looks extremely trick. Twisted built the engine. Jamie Ellis is here today also. And in this video, we're gonna learn a little bit more about Dane and how he won Loretta's and learn about the race winning bike. So today is officially the day that I turned old, because I grew up in Northern California. Dane grew up in Northern California. He's still from Northern California. I grew up riding at Club Moto in Livermore. He grew up in Livermore. The only difference is that I'm 28, he's 14. And the big difference is, though, is that you just started riding a couple years ago. Can you explain like how old you were when you got into riding and how long ago it was?
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I played a lot of ball sports and stuff. And then once COVID-19 happened, I got into moto, and it's been good ever since.
2020, you started riding. Is that true?
That's correct.
Crazy. So 4 years ago, this guy started riding, and he's already a Loretta Lynn's champion. Pretty amazing there. So this GasGas looks pretty trick on the outside. Dane, what is it like to ride this thing, and what are some like key parts that stand out to you that you like about the bike?
I really like the 250 front and back brakes. The A kit's really nice. Mark, AO, REP, all those guys. FMF pipe, silencer, works great. Got the Jamie motor, VHN head. It's got pro pegs, Mika metals, chains and sprockets, kite hubs. Yeah, it's pretty trick.
What about like practice bike versus race bike? Are they identical, or is your race bike like another level?
So the motors are identical, but it's always just a little off.
Yeah, each bike's gonna be different. What bike did you start on in 2020 before you obviously got up to the 85s?
I started on a KTM 65, and then for my birthday, I actually got a TM 85.
Nice.
So yeah.
How long did you spend riding the TM?
Probably like a year.
Okay, and then how long have you been on GasGas now?
Probably like 2.5, 3 years. 2.5
years, all right, good stuff. So let's go hit the track. We got Amari Arnold that's gonna ride this thing, and then I'll probably have to jump on it for a couple laps too. I haven't gotten a chance to ride the bike yet, but I think it's time we do a little lap time battle, and I think it'd be fun if he guesses how many seconds I'll be slower than him. So, so we're gonna do just a little small section of the track and see how this plays out. Kid's the real deal. He's pretty big on that bike too, though.
Cruiser lap was a 113.3, 113.8, and then that lap time was a 109.7. I think you can get down to 115.
115?
Pretty easy.
For me?
Pretty easy.
Oh, come on. Jamie's not very confident in me. You said he was a 109?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a 115. All right.
No, I said I think you get down to 115 pretty easy.
Okay. 109.7. I haven't ridden your bike yet. I'm 6 foot tall, 175.
I'm 130.
You're 130.
Yeah.
You're pretty big for an 85.
Yeah, definitely.
How fast do you think I'll go? How many seconds off?
I don't know. That wasn't a very good lap, but 110, 111.
Really? All right. You're more confident than Jamie. He's put me at a 115. All right, let's give it a try. The one thing I got going for me is it is an 85, but it does have big wheels on it like a Super Mini, so that's gonna help me out here. This is a new rule for AMA. I think it was either this year or last year. They started letting the guys run big wheels in the 85 class, so quite a bit safer for them and a little bit safer for me. Let's see how we do.
Maybe I was a little off on the 115. We're gonna find out here. I don't know. 112.5.
Boom, right on the spot.
What definitely came out in that scenario is Josh rides these mini bikes a lot more than I thought. I was 3 seconds off the pace here.
I was on the dot.
17.5.
Yeah, all right.
I was right on the dot.
112.5.
112.
112. This thing is pretty sick, man. First impressions, I'm pretty impressed. Like the way you had the front end set up too, it feels to me, might be just because I'm a 175 on a little 85, but this thing is meant to go fast. Like it's not meant for slow speed trail riding or like there's not to me it feels like there's not a lot of turning radius up here. So it's pretty tight up here, but this thing is a race ready machine. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. What a day riding Dane's bike. This thing was pretty sick today. Luckily we beat the heat here at Glen Helen. I'm wearing some FXR Vapor air gear. This stuff is super vented, prepared for any weather, especially the hot stuff. I picked out some bright neon gear for Amari today. What'd you think about it?
It was awesome. The first thing I thought was that my mom would be able to see me all the way across the track because it stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff for standing out. So what did you think about Dane's bike today? You raced against Dane in the 85 class.
Yeah.
Now you got to ride the race winning bike. Technically the fastest bike at Loretta is in the 85 class because he won. So what was it like for you?
It was really good. It was a really good experience. It had a lot of torque. Suspension handled well. It was just really fun. It was awesome.
What do you think about like the power specifically of this twisted built engine?
Coming out of the corners, I noticed that the bike had a lot of torque. Going up the hill, it made it so much easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Like easier to pull out or
it was
like less mistakes in the corner?
Yeah, because I could correct them basically because of the power, but even if I went slow through the corner, it was still really easy to get up it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about top end power, like wide open down the start straight here?
It was good.
Really?
Yeah, it just kept going.
Just kept going?
Yeah.
Did you know 85 could be this fast?
It's pretty close to my bike, but I mean, this thing, it's really fast.
Yeah.
It's super fast.
So Jamie Ellis also built your engine. You got a new fresh engine for Loretta's when you got to race against Dane.
Yeah.
But I know Jamie talked about this bike is even like a step up from that. So how big of a difference did you feel?
I mean, it was like cruising on it. It feels pretty really similar, but overall it was like this bike I think was better.
All right, so Amari had some fun on it, I had some fun on it, but let's talk to Jamie Ellis and see exactly what's going on inside this bike. So Jamie Ellis, the man behind the fastest 85, this is at least what I'm gonna call it, the fastest 85 at Loretta's because it won the championship in the mini senior 2 class. Jamie, you've known Dane for a while now. He's only been riding for 4 years, which I'm completely blown away by. Like, what's it like dealing with their family and then also building this awesome machine?
So it's funny that we're here today because up until, before Loretta's this year, Amari's 85 was one of the fastest 85s that we had made this year. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get better ones. Like his was one of the better ones, right?
Gotcha.
Like it punched big numbers. And then the Pappas family, if you know anything about the dad, he's a bright mind and he's a try hard and he's a never say die. So like after Mammoth, he's in my pits and we're like, hey, let's do this. So we gathered a bunch of stuff and then we went to work on this thing and the outcome was really awesome. So we changed rod lengths, we changed crank weights, lights, we changed like pistons, like a anomaly of stuff that got us to where we are today. So kind of making that package even better was something that we were able to achieve right before Loretta's, which is kind of like pretty awesome. That's the time you want it, you know? So yeah, this bike actually paved the way on our whole new thought of development that we're going to be doing at Twisted Development.
Nice. All right, so next year's 85s from Twisted Development going to be pretty much based off of this, it sounds like. But tell us a little more of the backstory. So Dane actually rode this bike and thought it was too fast, and then after the first moto, his dad did a little switcheroo. Tell us about that.
So we finished the bike in in California on the dyno, and then they were already out at Game Moto, so we shipped the bikes out there, and Dane actually got to ride the bike. So from the feedback I got from his dad was that this bike he was kind of like riding behind, meaning he just didn't feel as comfortable for whatever reason, didn't like it as much as the other one. What we saw on the dyno from the bottom to the top, and then the power and thinking about start. So I don't know what happened the first moto, but for whatever reason the dad put this motor in this chassis, which is legal because this is the chassis he was racing in both classes. And they finished out Loretta's and were pretty dominant. I'm not sure if he actually whole shot it in one, but he definitely started winning as soon as this motor went in.
Yeah, good stuff. So pretty awesome to see like the level of detail that goes into a Loretta Lynn's winning bike. And were you impressed with how I rode it today?
I was overly impressed with how you rode it. And I had to eat crow. I did have to eat crow.
Yeah, I got him on my lap time back.
You were a lot faster than I thought you would be. But in fairness, you've been riding mini bikes a lot lately.
That's true.
We did the Deegan mini bike. You just rode Zing's mini bike.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I was off on what I was thinking, how fast you've gone.
Yeah, good times. So thank you guys for watching this video. We do have more mini bikes in Motocross Action Magazine, so make sure you subscribe there, and also on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe there. We tested a DRD YZ85 project bike. We also tested Aiden Zing's Loretta Lynn winning Super Mini. Very much like this, only even faster. So check those out on our YouTube channel. Thanks to the Pappas family for bringing us this awesome bike.
Beautiful machine.
Thank you, Jamie, for having us. Good times.
Appreciate it, guys.